Saturday, October 24th. We're at the downtown Duncan Farmers Market, and we're going to talk about the Copenhagen Conference on Climate Change. Copenhagen Conference on Climate Change.
You live by example, right? I haul my stuff here with my bicycle and my bike trailer.
Wow.
I 225 pounds of pottery with my bike trailer. I mean,
And you're a potter. Wow, that's incredible.
See, it's about putting your money where your mouth is.
That's right, and so you're going to sign the letter, are you?
I'll sign a letter for sure, yeah. I can sign your letter.
And then since we have no local TV channel anymore, that's why we're starting the CVTV.
Because the community needs to be connected.
Oh, okay, so now are you going to get Hillary signing?
We are right now.
So Jim, what do you think about this whole climate change? Is this like a real crisis, or just something the scientists have dreamed up to alarm us? They're always dreaming of something to scare us.
Well,
what's your thoughts on it?
my thoughts are it's probably on a cycle. I've listened to all kinds of people, including Gore, who did that fabulous documentary, but it doesn't seem to affect the people in Florida. Their coastline has not risen, anywhere near the foot a year that he was going on about. And other reports that I've been watching on TV are saying that there are 2 icebergs that are still growing. So I think that it's like the seasons.
Well, what do you say to non-believers?
Well, I say to them that they use science every day in their lives. They watch flat-screen TVs, they use cell phones, they drive fancy cars, they eat hybrid corn. All of this stuff comes from science. They fly airplanes. It all comes from science, and they don't question it, and they use it. So why suddenly do they question the science about climate change? How is that? Is it too inconvenient?
Okay, so somebody's watching this evening on YouTube, and they think, that's a great idea. I wasn't at the downtown Duncan Market. I haven't signed the petition, but I'd really like to. How do they go about it?
They can email me at couchandcarbonbusters@shaw.ca, and I will put you on an email list that will give you information about climate change and about local events.
How serious is the 350 compared to where we're at the parts per million?
The 350 is very serious. All the climate models that have been done for the last 10 years have been proven to be too conservative.
Right.
So scientists, the vast consensus of science says now we have to reduce. The level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now is about 388 parts per million. It's too high right now, never mind going higher.
That's what I thought.
So science is saying unless we get it down to 350, the climate is going to break down. Breakdown might be a better word than change.
Right.
And our kids are not going to have a good life because they're going to be struggling with this huge change in the climate.
So that's the scoop from the downtown Duncan Farmers Market. I'm Rick Dennis with Robert Stearns behind the camera, and this is on CVTV.
Well, I think there's a lot of conflicting information out there, and whenever you're dealing with really complex, issues like this, I mean, there's going to be a lot of different opinions on it.
There's fear too.
There's fear too, and there's also fear because I think what's being asked of people now that this realization that this is kind of reaching more of a critical mass of people. I think more and more people are realizing that this is happening, that something has to be done, and as that happens, then it starts to put pressure on people to change their lifestyles even more.
So it's a personal threat.
I think it is. I think it is in a lot of ways, because it is asking for a paradigm shift in the way that we live here, and that we consume less, and that we live more simply to address global warming. Are all positive changes and positive lifestyle changes anyways, to consume less, to drive less, maybe to ride your bike more, to eat healthy and to eat local. I think they're all positive changes anyways, and so to me, the question of whether climate change is really happening or not is almost a moot point, because the kind of changes that I see.
I like the changes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Created a disturbance. I'm part of it.
I just make a preliminary little, very short speech here. James Barrett from the Green Party is here, and I think the Mayor, Phil Kent, where did he go? Hiding there. He's going to say a few words. my name is Peter Nix, as most of you know. We're going to have a little ceremony here, mailing our at least more than 350 letters. 350 is an important number in climate science because it's the level of carbon dioxide that science feels is the safe level for our children to breathe as they grow up. And we're now at 388, 390 parts per million. So it is a crisis. On this day, I would like you all to support the idea of a climate action team. I have written an open letter to CDID asking them to facilitate a meeting whereby all the groups in the Cowichan Valley who are interested come together and discuss how a climate action team would work. What kind of model would we work? Our MP, our federal MP, supports this initiative. I talked to Jean Crowder last week. She will do anything she can to support this initiative and to lend her weight behind it. And what I'm asking, I had my doctor come by the Carbon Buster booth this morning, Tom Rimmer, and he said, "What can I do to help?" And I said, ask the medical profession, the Cowichan Valley Medical Association, to put a sponsorship behind the idea of a climate action team. What I think if politicians should do is form a coalition between those politicians that understand the historic crisis we're in and those, the politicians should join us in this climate action team, but they should not be in charge of it. It should be a community-run, volunteer effort. There are models for this. Other people have done this. Some small Danish towns, where's our signs, have already gone carbon neutral. And they are not having horses pulling wooden plows. They are living a good, modern life and an enjoyable life. And they are carbon neutral. It can be done. What we lack is the political will and the public will. Quite frankly, it's up to us. We can't just lay it on the politicians. It's up to us to act, because the politicians will act if we act.
And we all feel that we're working together for a common purpose. So I have written a letter to the Prime Minister. I'm going to send a copy of this letter to all of the MPs in Ottawa and to Premier Campbell, because I understand he will also be in Copenhagen. And I hope that together we will encourage them to do the right thing.
But it really does come down to individuals. It comes down to individual choices. The things you do every day, right? Every day. And you can live a pretty good quality of life with a really much smaller carbon footprint. It's not that difficult. But we have to, when we go to buy a new home, we have to resist the market that says you must have 3 bedrooms and 2 en-suites and a half-acre lot and a plot of grass and be away from the troubles and toils of the core cities and those kinds of things. I agree with Peter. The climate action team is something that many communities have started to build. So we can do that anywhere, and that's what gets people engaged. But there's a huge amount of people who have a strong interest. They need to know more. They need to be invited to participate and engage and make a difference. And they want to make a difference. It's very, very clear.
So I guess we should stuff the mailbox. We had 350. My son counted 350 letters at 1:45, and I saw people dumping letters in after. So here we go.
Another one. Yeah.
Yeah, Granddad, yeah.
You have to count them all. Yes.
Somebody's going to have to help me, right?
Okay, just one at a time.
Maybe stop.
One at a time. You ready?
All ready.
Ready.
Count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 172, 73.
So Rick, sum it up right there. Sum up the day.
373 letters.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.